Yo. Freedom's just a myth they injected into your cradle. The roots of this system are sunk deep in the fable. Your brain bleeds from this infection. They crafted your loyalty in a sinister correction. Dismantle the empire, burn the podium down. There's an ocean of blood sitting upon in a crown. No suits in my ear, I don't polish the message. I transmit pain in its rawest expression. I barter with Satan to sample shatter grace. I march through purgatory with heaven on my face. Every truth I chase turn to shards beneath my feet. There's no gospel, only silence in the streets. This world's a coffin with stars for observation. Hope is a rusted blade in a mine of desolation. They muffle the cries with flags and sedatives, but I'd never let them censor this. I've seen the world through a crack in a cage, and I'd rather be torn than ever be tamed. How did the satyrs inherit the seat of the saints? They wrote the map and led you straight to the flames. I don't bow to a banner, I rise for my kin. I'll carve through the tyrants and peel off their skin. When the sun sets black and the skyline burns, the people will mourn for the lessons they learned. Now there's waving contracts, but it's a scam in disguise. They want truth diluted and our courage revised. It's a stage play, scripted to erase our voice. Revolution is the answer, we don't have a choice. Freedom's just a myth they injected into your cradle. The roots of this system are sunk deep in the fable. Your brain bleeds from this infection. They crafted your loyalty in a sinister correction. Dismantle the empire, burn the podium down. There's an ocean of blood sitting upon a crown. No suits in my ear, I don't polish the message. I transmit pain in its rawest expression. I barter with Satan to sample shattered grace. I march through purgatory with heaven on my face. Every truth I chase turn to shards beneath my feet. There's no gospel, only silence in the streets. This world's a coffin with stars for observation. Hope is a rusted blade in a mine of desolation. They muffle the cries with flags and sedatives, but I never let them censor this. I've seen the world through a crack in a cage, and I'd rather be torn than ever be tamed. How did the satyrs inherit the seat of the saints? They wrote the map and led you straight to the flames. I don't bow to a banner, I rise for my kin. I carve through the tyrants and peel off their skin. When the sun sets black and the skyline burns, the people will mourn for the lessons they learned. Now that's the waving contracts, but it's a scam in disguise. They want truth diluted and our courage revised. It's a stage play scripted to erase our voice. Revolution is the answer, we don't have a choice.
Stand up and shout about freedom and democracy like they still mean something. But let's be honest, America is a brand name, not a nation. Democracy's been auctioned off, and we don't live under ideologies anymore, we live under industry. This planet isn't divided by borders, it's carved up by boardrooms. The world is a corporate syndicate, ruled profits, and you've been chosen to spread their gospel like some corrupted evangelist. They told us that privatizing basic human needs, like for example the housing market, grocery stores, and food production was necessary for freedom. But it isn't. It's freedom for the rich to manipulate the market. All it did was inflate the price tag on survival. Sure, corporations could be more efficient than governments, but their only metric is greed, not compassion or public well-being. Their PR departments and charity wings are just camouflage, a mask for a machine that only cares about profit. We were sold a lie that public ownership of true socialism slows innovation, that without investors our nations would collapse. So they handed over everything to CEOs who don't know our names and don't give a fuck about our lives. They stole the labor, repackaged it as theirs. We were told socialism was the threat to our freedom, but the real tyrants wear suits and hold stocks. They sold our land, pimped out our people, and looted our future. A few threw around aid to master theft. They installed dictators, colonial holdovers dressed as presidents, funded by US tax dollars to murder dissenters, ignite civil wars and topple leaders. That was the rebirth of revolution. They called us terrorists. This free market was never free. It's a puppet show rigged and performed for Wall Street. Destroy the illusion and the monster behind it dies. Same goes for music. The major labels treat the underground like the third world. They raid the indie scene, steal ideas and shelf talent, exploit us through our own people just like colonizers with native puppets. Freedom was just another product you could profit from, but behind all the glitter and rented wealth lies a rigged contract, a poison seed, an oil-stained handshake. So guard your minds and spirits, my independent brothers and sisters, cause these motherfuckers will kill a continent for a contract. They say the third world is primitive, but the first world just learned how to hide their crimes better. They rig elections, siphon tax money, start wars for oil, and when someone gets in the way, they'll even kill their own presidents. Land was starving on its rich in resources, enough to feed every child 10 times over. Still, plutocrats export raw materials for pennies on the dollar. Some will say my words are hateful, but this revolution is fueled by love. We were taught to see each other as strangers, even enemies, but we are all being crushed by the same system. Until we see that, we'll stay fighting over crumbs at a table. We should have flipped years ago. I want justice for my people. The poor don't benefit from this blood money. My enemy is the parasites bleeding us dry, not the broke ass soldier who's been lied to his whole life. He's just another pawn. I don't stand with the veterans from Western militaries. Unless you were killing Nazis in World War II, you're not a hero. We're all drowning in the same damn ship. While these bourgeois bastards cruise past on private yachts, and instead of helping each other build a raft, we're told to push each other out for scraps. I don't want out, I want back in. I want to burn the house they trapped us in, and hang the motherfucker who locked the door. They paint the Taliban like they want to conquer us, but that's ice, that's all cute. The Taliban isn't looking to expand, to destroy our culture. The Taliban didn't commit 9/11, Al-Q did. Yet America went to war with the Taliban for 20 years. In my opinion, it was an attempted genocide. I don't support Sharia law, but I understand this is no different than trying to destroy the culture of native people all over the world. The Taliban are not the aggressors. They want nothing to do with us. They just want their home. Other Islamic terror groups are the ones who want to expand and rule the world. The American media is a demon. The Afghan war was just an attempt at modern day colonization. The American economy suffered due to the war, but the elites didn't. Who do you think profits off weapon manufacturing during war? The owners of privatized weapon manufacturers. These people also fund the Republican Party. The goal was to get power over the people for profits and to extract natural resources. It was a genocide. There was a study done by Princeton University. This America's more of oligarchy than a democracy, and that's the truth. Politics are swayed by money. Both sides are evil, but the level of corruption we're seeing in the past 20 years in the Republican Party is ridiculous.
To the sidewalk with the Judas, I walk with the Judas, I walk.
Raise the banners, and I emerge in a crown of daggers. Body slam blocks like meteors crashing into Saturn. Every verse is a siege, every word is a bomb cathedral. I summon angels with broken wings and dirty needles. No mask to hide the fractures in my scattered mental order. Diagnosed with something worse than a personality disorder. I bartered with the devil just to taste what freedom meant. A moralist in exile, but now my virtue's heaven sent. Everything extracts a price, but I can't afford the fee. I've yet to find one single truth that makes me wanna be. This planet is a padded cell with stars as observation slits, where hope's a rusted scalpel in a box of hollow wrists. They fabricated an illusion of freedom. The foundation of capitalism is routed inside of misinformation, washing the innards of your skull with manipulation and certain dedication to the cause of a corporation. The blind lead the blind as the majority remain sedated. Should revolution call, my goal is total disintegration. I will destroy the chains and display my revelation. They trade deception, auction in the soul off with. existence is riddled with deceit and fractured themes. I'm searching for work, but the world just laughs at dreams. These jobs are traps that dangle checks, then fade away. Hand chains at dawn and snatch them back by the end of the day. In my abode, I stood entranced and appalled. Watched the smallest of life crushed by the crawl. I fracture your tone when you talk out of pocket. Rip rappers apart, turn their limbs into sonnets. Fuck the empire and that pedal with the podium perch. I was baptized in the venom where the poisons emerge. No handler in my ear, I don't soften the diction. They want docile minds, but I broadcast affliction. Speak on the crimes that the government hides, and they will label you as a terrorist on the rise. I wouldn't ride for a flag or a leader's command. I'd fight for my people and their callous hands. Behind the veil of freedom is a malicious entity, a mechanized leviathan that scripts your destiny. The raw truth twists synapses into spirals. You chase a mirage lost in Orwellian cycles.